I felt overwhelmed. The sheer volume of tasks and the constant barrage of noise made it hard to focus. The office was a cacophony of noise. Keyboards clacked, phones rang incessantly, and frustrated sighs filled the air. It was as if the very walls were closing in, amplifying the chaos. As the newly appointed Scrum Master, I had envisioned a well-oiled agile machine. I had dreams of seamless sprints, efficient stand-ups, and a team that worked in perfect harmony. Instead, I found myself in a chaotic whirlwind of missed deadlines, miscommunication, and mounting frustration. Every day felt like a battle against an ever-growing pile of tasks and issues. The team, though talented, seemed directionless, bogged down by their own individual tasks. They were like skilled musicians playing different tunes, creating a discordant symphony. I knew something had to change. The current state was unsustainable, and the stress was taking a toll on everyone, including myself. I just didn't know where to start. The problems seemed so deeply rooted, and the solutions felt elusive.
The principles of Scrum, so clear and concise in the books he had read, seemed almost impossible to implement in this environment. The theory was one thing, but the reality was a different beast altogether. Bob felt a knot of anxiety tightening in his chest. The pressure was not just professional, but deeply personal. He had always prided himself on his ability to lead and inspire. He had the weight of the team's success and his own credibility resting on his shoulders. The pressure was immense. Every misstep felt like a personal failure, and every success seemed fleeting. He had to find a way to bring order to this chaos. It was not just about meeting deadlines, but about creating an environment where the team could thrive. He needed to find a way to turn this ship around, to transform the chaos into a symphony of productivity and collaboration. The daily stand-up, meant to be a quick, efficient pulse check, was anything but. Team members rambled, often veering off on tangents unrelated to the sprint goals. Others mumbled inaudibly, avoiding eye contact.
I struggled to keep the meeting on track. My attempts to interject often drowned out by the surrounding noise.
15 minutes stretched into 30, then 45, with little clarity gained. Bob watched the clock, a sense of dread washing over him. The team, instead of feeling energized and aligned, seemed even more disheartened. This wasn't Scrum, it was a chaotic free-for-all he knew he was in over his head. Feeling defeated, Bob retreated to his desk. He slumped into his chair, the weight of his responsibilities pressing down on him.
Was I cut out for this? Doubts swirled in my mind.
Then he noticed the Scrum guide on his desk, its pages dog-eared from his frantic pre-appointment cramming. He picked it up, his fingers tracing the well-worn lines. As he flipped through the pages, a sense of determination began to replace the despair.
I wasn't going to give up. I decided to approach my new role as a student. I would learn everything I could about Scrum, devouring every book, article, and blog post I could find. This wasn't the end, I realized. It was just the beginning.
Bob started small. He focused on implementing the most basic Scrum practices, one step at a time. He introduced a simple task board using sticky notes to visually represent the team's progress. He insisted on time-boxed meetings, using a timer to keep everyone on track.
I also started encouraging open communication, asking questions, and actively listening to the team's concerns.
The changes were subtle but significant. The team, accustomed to chaos, initially resisted the new structure, but slowly they began to see the benefits. The daily stand-ups, while still a work in progress, became more focused. Section 5. The sprint planning struggle. Sprint planning, however, remained a point of contention.
Estimating tasks proved to be a major hurdle.
Team members, unsure of how to accurately gauge their workload, either grossly overestimated or underestimated their capacity.
This led to unrealistic sprint goals and ultimately disappointment.
Bob realized he needed to find a way to help the team better understand and utilize the concept of story points.
I knew I couldn't just dictate a methodology. I needed to find a way to make it relevant and understandable for my team.
This was proving to be more challenging than he had anticipated. Section 6. Seeking guidance. Realizing he couldn't do it alone, Bob sought guidance.
He attended Scrum workshops, eager to learn from more experienced practitioners. He joined online forums, engaging in discussions and absorbing insights from other Scrum Masters facing similar challenges.
He also reached out to a seasoned Scrum Master in another department who agreed to mentor him.
The mentor's advice proved invaluable. He encouraged Bob to be patient, to focus on small wins, and to always prioritize the team's needs. He also stressed the importance of continuous learning and adaptation.
One of the most impactful changes Bob implemented was the introduction of meaningful retrospectives. These sessions were designed to help the team reflect on their work, identify areas for improvement, and celebrate their successes. Bob believed that by regularly taking the time to look back on their performance, the team could continuously grow and improve.
I wanted to create a safe space for the team to openly discuss what went well during the sprint, what could be improved, and what actions we would take to address the identified issues. It was important to me that everyone felt comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas without fear of judgment or criticism. This openness was crucial for our growth.
At first, the team was hesitant to openly critique their work or each other. This hesitation was understandable, as giving and receiving feedback can be challenging. However, we knew that for the retrospectives to be effective, we needed to overcome this initial discomfort.
It was tough to be honest at first, but we slowly grew more comfortable with it. As we practiced giving and receiving feedback, we began to see the benefits. Our discussions became more productive, and we started to trust each other more.
But as they grew more comfortable, the discussions became more honest and insightful. The team started to share their true thoughts and feelings, which led to deeper understanding and more meaningful improvements. These honest conversations were the key to our success.
Those retrospectives became valuable sessions of shared learning and continuous improvement. We learned from each other's experiences and perspectives, which helped us to grow both individually and as a team. The insights we gained during these sessions were invaluable.
We started to feel a sense of collective responsibility. We realized that we were all in this together and that our success depended on our ability to work as a team. This sense of shared responsibility motivated us to do our best and support each other.
The retrospectives evolved into valuable sessions of shared learning and continuous improvement, fostering a sense of collective responsibility. These sessions not only helped us to improve our work, but also strengthened our relationships and built a stronger, more cohesive team. The impact of these retrospectives was profound, and they became an integral part of our process. Beyond the technical aspects of Scrum, Bob recognized the importance of team dynamics.
I organized team-building activities, encouraging collaboration and communication. I made an effort to get to know each team member individually, understanding their strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations.
He fostered an environment of trust and respect where everyone felt comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns.
Gradually, we began to gel.
They started working together more effectively, their communication becoming more open and transparent.
The silos that once divided us began to crumble.
Months later, Bob stood before his team, a sense of quiet confidence washing over him.
The chaotic office, while still bustling, had an underlying hum of productivity.
The team, once fragmented and directionless, now moved with a shared purpose. They had not only embraced Scrum, but had made it their own.
The journey had been arduous, fraught with challenges and setbacks.
But through it all, Bob had persevered.
He had transformed from an overwhelmed novice into a capable, confident Scrum Master.
He had learned from his mistakes, sought guidance from others, and never stopped believing in the power of Scrum. Bob knew his journey wasn't over. He had come a long way, but there was still much to learn and achieve. Scrum, he had learned, was not a destination, but a continuous journey of improvement. Each day brought new insights and opportunities to grow.
I remain committed to learning, attending workshops, reading new books, and seeking out opportunities to refine my craft. Every workshop I attend, every book I read, adds another layer to my understanding and skills.
He knew there would be new challenges, new obstacles to overcome. The path ahead was not always clear, but he was ready to face whatever came his way.
But I also know I don't have to face them alone. My team is my strength, and together, we can tackle any challenge. I have the support of my team, my mentor, and the wider Scrum community. Their guidance and encouragement are invaluable.
and most importantly, he had the confidence and the knowledge to guide his team towards success, one sprint at a time. His leadership was a beacon for others to follow. The journey of the worst Scrum Master had led him to a place of growth, both professionally and personally. He had transformed his weaknesses into strengths.
And for me, that was the greatest victory of all. Celebrating these small wins with my colleagues makes the journey worthwhile. Each success, no matter how small, is a step towards our ultimate goal. Reflecting on my journey, I realized that every setback was a setup for a comeback. The lessons learned from failures were just as valuable as those from successes. As I plan for the future, I am filled with a sense of purpose and determination. The road ahead is long, but with each step, I am closer to achieving my dreams. With the support of my mentors and colleagues, I am confident that the best is yet to come. Together, we will continue to grow and succeed. The journey continues, and I am ready for whatever comes next. With every challenge, I become stronger and more resilient. The future is bright, and I'm excited to see where this journey will take me.